Greetings, fellow Westerosi. I have an urgent message for you. You've been selected for a quest, one that will take you across the furthest reaches of the known world into the darkest depths of humanity. Will you accept? It's Dasha. Welcome back to my channel, and welcome to what is probably one of the most exciting announcements I think I'll ever make. Today, I want to introduce you all to a game of tomes, the Readathon. This is a readathon based, of course, on the world of A Song of Ice and Fire / the Game of Thrones TV show, as well as my TBR game, A Game of Tomes, where I got the title. You will be given a task or several tasks to accomplish, and you will have several different options to you available as to how you can accomplish this. Of course, all of this will be accomplished by reading books for different prompts. This is going to be co-hosted by myself, Ray over at Bookmark Chronicles, and Robin over at Robin Reads. As per usual, their channels will be linked down below. They will also have announcement videos on their channel, and we will also do recommendation videos in the coming days for some books that can fit into the prompts as well. This announcement specifically is for our introductory mini round titled Origin Story. This is going to run from November 1st to the 14th of this year. There will be a month-long edition in March of 2022. However, I will not be discussing that in detail in this video. There will of course be an announcement video for that when the time comes. This first mini round, Origin Story, will consist of 3 prompts over the course of 2 weeks. We have formulated the prompts to be as vague and open as possible, so in case maybe you like the TV show but you don't really read fantasy, you can still absolutely participate with whatever genre you read. The reason I am being super cryptic about what exactly this quest entails is that we have created a website that will of course be linked down below, and I strongly encourage you to stop this video and go explore the website first. The website will have the entire story as well as the prompts, and I think it's a lot more fun to read through it rather than sit here and watch me read the prompts to you. There is a desktop and mobile version of the website, as well as plain text versions of the story and the prompts if you need that. I will of course in this video go over the prompts and some of the larger storylines. However, I do again encourage you strongly to go check out the website and go through the story yourself, as I think it will be a much more immersive experience. At least that's how we planned it. So with that little notice out of the way, I am going to get into the prompts, but this will be your official spoiler warning for both the Readathon story as well as for the franchise. Now, we have tried to avoid major story spoilers as much as possible. However, given that this is a fan creation dedicated to a franchise that exists, there will be some large story elements that will be included. Of course, this first origin story is very vague, it's very small, but it does include some of those key plot points from the beginning setup of the first book / first season of the Game of Thrones franchise. So once again, final warning, if you do not want to be spoiled, if you don't have time to check out the website right now, leave this video, bookmark the website, and come back to it when you can. I'm about to get into the bare bones of our story and our prompts. You are a young member of one of the lesser houses of Westeros. You are out for a ride one day when your page comes running up to you and delivers you a letter from your mother. Your mother informs you that you are immediately required to head to King's Landing and renew your family's vows of loyalty to the Iron Throne. Normally your father would undertake this journey, however he's getting too old and the journey is too long and too dangerous for him to go. So you are to go and represent the family. You immediately set off for King's Landing, eager to fulfill your family's wishes, but of course you must stop for the night, and you decide to stop at the Crossroads Inn. Crossroads Inn is full of people from every corner of Westeros and even Essos, and you start to hear conversations around you of things happening that you didn't even know were happening or possible. People are sharing gossip and speculation, but also news and current events, and your head is just spinning from all this new information. You decide to go to bed to process everything you just heard and figure out what your next steps are. Here's going to be your first prompt. This is a group prompt that everyone has to do. It is for the Crossroads Inn, and your prompt is to just read an anticipated book. When you awake with a clear mind, 4 choices stand out to you. You can of course continue on to King's Landing as planned. You can go off to Pentos in search of the Targaryen siblings that are rumored to still be alive. You can head to Casterly Rock and pledge your allegiance to the Lannister family. Or you can head to Winterfell to fight for the North and for the Stark family. You do have to select one of these 4 paths, so of course, depending on which one you want to choose, there will be 2 prompts for each of them, plus the Crossroads Inn prompt. If you decide to continue on to King's Landing, here is what happens. You set off along the King's Road, and in the distance you see the gates eventually to King's Landing, and you feel the anticipation start to build inside of you. For this prompt, you will be reading a 5-star prediction. Once you arrive to King's Landing, you beg for audience with the king, however he is not accepting anyone into the throne room at the moment. You settle into an inn, and you explore the city, enjoying all the new things you are experiencing. However, the day comes where you are asked to present yourself to the king. When you walk in, you see the Iron Throne and its terrifying, menacing form just looming above you. For the Iron Throne prompt, you will have to read a book about or featuring royalty. Now, if you elect to find the Targaryen siblings instead, here's what you will have to do. In order to reach the Targaryens, you will have to continue to King's Landing, but only to book passage through the Narrow Sea to Pentos, where they are rumored to be staying. The prompt for the Narrow Sea is to read a book set on or near a large body of water, such as a lake, river, sea, ocean. Once you are in Pentos, you begin to ask around after the siblings, and you are told that they are staying at Magister Illyrio Mopatis's house. Once you arrive, however, a servant informs you that everyone has departed for a wedding just outside the city gates, and so you set off. For this prompt, you have to read a book that is about or featuring siblings. Now, if you should choose to switch house alliances entirely and join the Lannisters, here's what you will have to do. Your path to Casterly Rock will take you past Riverrun, which is the stronghold of the Tully House. You consider for a moment that you actually don't hear that much about them, even though they rule their area. For this prompt, you will have to read a book that you don't hear people talk about often. Upon your approach to Casterly Rock, you start to notice that all of the houses around Casterly Rock all have the Lannister banners flying just as high as their own houses. You realize how loyal and dedicated people are to the Lannisters. Casterly Rock itself is ablaze in red and gold, with the lions flying from every tower. For this prompt, read a book with red on the cover. Finally, should you choose to seek out the Starks and the North, here's your path. So your path will begin along the river as a lot of the other ones did, but yours will take you through the Twins. For this prompt, read a book that has 2 words in the title. The North is cold and foreign to you, but somehow you are excited, you feel free, and you feel like this is the right choice for you. When you approach Winterfell, however, you are a little bit glad to be finally out of the cold and in front of a warm fireplace. For this prompt, read a book that has wintry vibes. And that is the story for the origin story readathon. Fret not, there's going to be a whole new story to explore in March that will kind of pick up where we left off with the origin story. If you can't participate in November, but you still want to participate in March's month-long edition, don't worry, you will absolutely be able to. While we don't want to give too much away, what you do in November will possibly impact your March readathon, but if you don't participate in November, it will not impact your enjoyment and experience of the March readathon, if that makes sense. We do have a Twitter and Instagram, which will be linked down below, and again, the website, please check it out, I'm very proud of it. And if you would like a Discord, perhaps let us know, we can maybe try to set something like that up. The links for all of our hosts will also be down below, and we will most likely be holding some reading sprints, so keep your eyes out for that, as well as the recommendations videos that are all coming from the hosts as well. Each of your hosts have selected different prompts, so it's going to be really interesting to see how things shift as the readathon goes forward, but I'm really excited to see because I think that makes it just a little bit more fun. But of course, in the recommendations video, we'll be giving recommendations for as many prompts as we can, focusing on our own respective paths. Our website does also feature a frequently asked questions section. Obviously, we haven't gotten any questions yet, but just some questions that we anticipate will arise. So if you don't see your question there, you can ask me it down below or send it to the Readathon's official pages on Instagram and Twitter, and we will absolutely answer it. And honestly, I think that's it. There's a lot to go through, but if I haven't answered it, once again, if you have any further questions, if something doesn't make sense in the way I worded it, please let me know in the comments. I will absolutely answer every single person. Check out the website. It's very, very detailed. It will give you most of the information you need to know, I think. And yeah, that is it. Thank you so much for watching. I really hope to see you join us in November for the origin story. If you have a TBR that you're looking forward to, absolutely tag the Readathon pages. We'll share them on the Readathon page wherever they are tagged. We are so looking forward to talking to you all about this and hopefully continuing the story in March as a large group. I feel like it's going to be so exciting. So absolutely stay tuned for that. Thank you so much for watching and have a lovely day. Bye!